Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I welcome you all to our 810th meeting of Chennai Toastmasters Club. So the mission of every Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in such a way the members are empowered to improve their communication skills and leadership qualities, hence resulting in greater personality growth and self-confidence. The members of the Toastmasters are guided by a set of essential core values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Before moving on to the meeting, I would like to brief upon certain rules which is to be followed. Keep your mobile phones on silent mode. Do not talk about taboo topics such as politics, religion, and sex. Kindly sit in a silent atmosphere so that you can hear the speakers clearly. Kindly be on mute until it's your turn to speak. If you have any message to be shared or conveyed during the meeting, kindly use the chat box below. We strongly advise to have your videos turned on for a convivial meeting experience. And lastly, please rename yourself with the prefix saying guest or Toastmaster and the role played in the meeting if applicable. I have shared the naming template in the chat box. So I hope everyone are all set and ready to get into the meeting. Now it's time to call upon our presiding officer. So before I hand over the control to her, let me introduce her in a few words. Abhirami is a chartered accountant by profession. She has been a Toastmaster for 2 years and had been an ExCom member as SCIA VP membership, VP education at CTM. Also, she is keen and passionate about being better than what she was yesterday. I once again welcome you all to the meeting. Thank you, and over to you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Abhiram.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishnu, for this very warm introduction. And congratulations to you for your first day as SAA for a very great delivery. Kudos. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. A very happy new year. Yes, for the second week again. And I want to congratulate all of us and also wish us all strength and courage for this time, especially during COVID times where we are managing many things back at home, at work, and the situation around. Stay home, stay safe, and keep up the enthusiasm and courage to move on for the rest of the year. I would like to formally recognize the presence of our distinguished Toastmaster Nina John, our founding member of the club, and she's the mentor pool chair of District 120. Welcome to the meeting, ma'am. On this note, let me declare meeting number 810 open, and here we go. First, let me introduce or welcome our guest. I see a guest, Nishanta. Welcome to the meeting. Would you like to introduce yourself and say a few words?
Good evening, every Toastmaster. I'm Buddhika Nishanta. I'm from Sri Lanka. Now I'm in Nunambakkam area. I very recently arrived to India for working purpose. I'm doing a job in Nunambakkam area. So one of my Sri Lankan colleagues introduced me. I asked him to, I need to improve my language skills to get assistance. How can I improve this? So he conveyed Deepak contact number. 2 days back, I spoke to Mr. Deepak. He really welcomed and he introduced how to join this program. That's my end. Hope we will get good experience through your Toastmaster Club. And I wish all you a very happy New Year and very best future. Thank you.
Abhiram, you are in mute.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Thank you so much. So I think we also have a few other guests. Welcome to the other guests, Monica, Swati, and Karthik Selvam. We would love to hear from you towards the end of the meeting. And now let's get into today's meeting. To start with, let's hear from our secretary on the minutes of the last meeting. For this, I request the secretary, Toastmaster Vignesh, on stage.
Thanks, Toastmaster Abhirami. Last week, we had a 809th meeting. We had a XCOM team in transition. Areas E1 Division Director Toastmaster Adir installed the new XCOM team. I was the TMOD last week. I started the 2022 New Year wishes to the meeting and explained the reason behind the New Year, month, January, etc. Toastmaster Vishnu was the general evaluator. He introduced his fellow team as well. Word of the day was spontaneous, meaning done or happening suddenly. Toastmaster Srikanth delivered his speech with the title The Spirit of Leadership and was evaluated by Toastmaster Abhilash. Toastmaster Sarath delivered his speech titled The Power of Hope and his speech was evaluated by Toastmaster Srijit. Toastmaster Abhirami was the TT master. She had a wide variety of table topics that was engaged with everyone. Guests voluntarily participated with this topic. Word of the day was used only by 2 members. General evaluator commented the meeting went very well. TMOD closes the meeting with tips to achieve the goals or resolutions for this new year. Yeah, back to you, Abhirami.
Thank you, Secretary Toastmaster Vignesh. Now, most of us might be wondering why we have a secretary delivering a minute at the start of the meeting. Now, it's very important to keep in track of what we do every week and get better. And getting better, the starting point would definitely be what we did in the last week. So here we go, keeping in mind all the suggestions from the general evaluator. Now, let's start today's meeting. Today, I'll be the Toastmaster of the day. And for today, I have got a wonderful theme. Now, this theme is something that came to my mind after I was kind of deeply influenced by the last 2 weeks Toastmaster of the days, I would say. I recollect on the year end, the Toastmaster of the day was Toastmaster Sharad, who spoke about goal setting. That to being New Year, setting your goals becomes very, very important. And then the next Toastmaster of the day, the last week's Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vignesh, who's the secretary who just delivered that address, he spoke about some techniques on how you'll achieve your goals. Now, thinking about plan, thinking about executing the goal, I realized there is one key element that needs to be added to implement, which is the magical element, which is prioritization. This key skill of every successful leader, coach, or any successful person in any aspect of their life would be a very good, in the prioritization skills. So this is why I chose this as a theme for today. Now, what is prioritization? Let me open this up for some discussion. Would anyone like to say what is prioritization? In just simple words.
Understanding what is urgent and what is important and then putting it in.
Exactly. Yes. So does anyone else wants to go? Okay. So as Lakshmi said, yes, it's clearly understanding what is urgent and what is not urgent, what is important and what is not important. Now, urgent and important may not be the same again. So maybe we'll come to that in the later part of the meeting today. Now, to define it, the action of deciding the relative importance or urgency of the things or tasks in hand. Now, to decide what is important, we would first need to determine what are the tasks in hand. Now, the last 2 TMODs touched upon how you determine your task. If you recollect, there is a plan for the year. The plan is broken into small goals. There is a deadline attached to each of these goals, and your calendar for the year is ready. Just like we make calendars for Toastmasters, the months and the planning, similar calendar is ready. So once your tasks in hand is ready, then the next step is to prioritize. With that, will help you to determine which task needs to be performed first or second, or which could be eliminated, because time is a key element. Now, with understanding what prioritization is, we will get into the first session of today's meeting, which will be the general evaluator and tag team's introduction. Now, today we have a very befitting general evaluator to evaluate the meeting. She is a charter member of our club.
Abhirami, you're going off mute again.
I'm sorry, you went on mute.
I'm not sure. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Yeah. So today we have our distinguished Toastmaster, Nina John, doing the role of General Evaluator. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Madam President. A very good evening to all those present here, and my role as a General Evaluator. Sergeant-at-Arms mentioned that part of the goals or values that we have are Toastmasters. One of them is excellence. How do we achieve excellence? Rather, like Madam President said, incremental goals achieved one at a time. So every meeting is an exercise in bettering ourselves, in bettering the quality of our meeting. How do we do that? Every meeting we analyze what went wrong and what went right. And that's how we go forward. We have two teams as part of the General Evaluators team. One is a team consisting of the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian, and the other is one of individual evaluators. I will call upon now the team of the tag team to introduce themselves and to introduce their roles to the audience. May I first call upon Toastmaster Anirudh as the timer to tell us your roles and responsibilities, please. Toastmaster Anirudh.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, friends and dear guests. As a timer, my role is to remind all speakers how much time they spent on this speech, so that we'll be running this meeting on time. At the end of the meeting, I will be back to present my report on how much time each individual speaker has taken. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anirudh. May I now call upon our R counter, Toastmaster Kalvat, to explain his roles and responsibilities.
Good evening, General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guest. I am playing the role of R counter today. The purpose of the R counter is to note any overused words or filler sounds used as a quote by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate introduction, such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Sounds may be ha, hum, her. I will submit my report when called upon by General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now call upon our grammarian, Madam Toastmaster Karthika.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, members and guests. As a grammarian, it is my duty to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misuses of English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's new meeting, the word is propel, which means to drive or push something forwards. An example of using the word is SMART goals propel us to take action and work harder. Each speaker is encouraged to use a word of the day. I will give a word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Karthika, Madam Toastmaster Karthika. So with that, we have the first part of our evaluation team introducing themselves, and we hope all these different people will help our meetings get propelled to another level altogether. Back to you, Madam President.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nina John. Now, there is a strong team headed by Big Boss watching us, so let's all stay vigilant. Now, next, getting into the flow of the meeting, we are going to do something to exercise our brain muscles. And for this, we have a game master for today to engage us in crossword games. So the person will be Toastmaster Vishnu Kumar. Toastmaster Vishnu Kumar is a sergeant at arms, and he's a software engineer at Qualcomm, and he loves riding super bikes. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishnu Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhirami. So without further ado, let me take you to the game session. Okay. I hope you all can see my screen. Yes, is it visible? Can somebody confirm, please?
Yes, it's exit.
Yeah, okay, sure. Thank you. So today's game will be crosswords. I know it is like a antique old game, but I'm not sure if everybody has played this game. But crosswords really has its own significance. You know, when you start playing it, it will definitely help you and enrich your vocabulary and make yourself aware of the language, the way and the words you use. Okay, so today we will play the crosswords definitely, and I will have a crossword. Don't worry, it will be easy as much as easy. I mean, I have taken the easy crossword puzzle, and the puzzle. I mean, the clues for the puzzles will be on the side, and once I show up the puzzle, you'll be able to see the clues and you can start answering it. Okay, please make sure that you unmute yourself when you convey the answer, when you say the answer, and also when you say the answer, please state your name at the end. Okay. Yes. And I hope somebody keeps track of the scores as I inform. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead. So here is your first crossword. I think the most easiest one. The first one. It is a 5-letter word and it is nothing but a railway locomotive.
Train.
Train. That's correct. Yeah. Train is the first one, and yeah, you can see the clues here. You can answer your the numbers as it is. So 1 down is nothing but the 1 down here, and the code it says subject of a subject of a topic. Topic is already here. It cannot be a topic, right? The word topic is already
Team.
Right, that's correct. And your name, please state your name after you convey the answer. Team was first said by
Abhirami.
Abhirami, right. Yeah, please go ahead. The second one, the second down is nothing but the person who professions in acting on stage. Actor, yeah, definitely. That's right.
May I know that?
Yeah.
Kartika, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, Kartika.
Yes. And third one, what is the opposite of south?
No.
I need a spontaneous north.
North.
Definitely. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. North is right. And the doors open. That's
Enter.
Enter,
Enter.
right.
Okay.
That's wonderful. Yes, the answer is enter. The fourth right. And the fifth right at the end, the planet on which we live here. Yes, definitely, that's right. Okay. Who said that last answer?
That's me.
Okay. Thank you for the answers. Here comes the next puzzle. I hope yeah, this has lots of clues.
His
First one. Yes, that's correct. His is the right answer. And 1 down, reporter's question. You can go ahead and answer any of these. 1 down, reporter's question.
Why?
No. How? Yeah, that's correct. The Inajan ma'am said it is his, so the H, it should start with H, right? So it's how. Yeah, that's right. Who said it? How first?
I said both. His and how.
Okay. Thank you.
Too weird. Strange.
Too weird. Yeah, that's
strange.
Correct. Strange. 2 down.
Okay.
Who said that?
Nagendra.
Hi, sir.
3, the highest.
Yeah, 3, right. 3, the highest point.
Top.
That's correct.
Top.
Who said it first? And while you share your answer, please mention your name as well at the end. And 3 down, travel industry. Tourism, that's so obvious. Yes.
Monica.
Monica.
4 down is a bun.
4 down. Yeah.
Pie.
No, bun, not bun. Yeah.
Pie.
Pie is the right answer.
Pie.
Yeah.
Pie Nagendra.
Pie Nagendran.
In addition,
Yeah.
pie, it was right. In addition.
Also. Yeah.
No,
Also?
maybe you can skip it for now. But the answer is somebody says strange, so it starts with T. Yes, T, strange. The first
Total.
No, it is a 3-letter word. It is a 3-letter word. In addition, it is 2. 2. Yeah, that's true.
Vignesh, 2.
Who is it? Who? TOO. In addition.
Struggle.
In addition to, that's right.
TW.
And sixth one, an average active struggle, an active struggle between competing entities.
Competition.
Dilemma.
There is a...
How? So,
how many letter word is it? 6? 3.
I myself searching for it. Yeah, it
No,
is a
because the
3-letter
answer
word.
was-
It is a 3-letter word. Somebody said HOW, how, and the first letter is W. An active struggle between competing entities.
War.
Wrestling?
Sorry,
Wrestling.
somebody
War.
said war. Yes, right. That's correct.
War.
War is the right
Who
answer.
said that?
Or Abhirami.
Abhirami. 7. Manipulate, utilize.
Use.
Yeah, that's right. Use.
Vignesh.
Yeah, thanks, Ignesh. 8th one, be victorious. 8 is here.
Win.
Win. That's true. Right. Correct. Win is correct. And please say your names after the answers.
10
So
key.
win.
10 top to
10.
bottom key.
Yeah, 10 down is what? Key. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Key. And 9th one,
9
fluid for
is-
pen.
9th is ink.
Ink. That's right. Ink. That's correct.
10 is gas.
Lock key.
10 is lock opener key.
Sorry,
I
11
Vignesh
is
gas. 10 is
Yeah.
gas.
Yeah. that's-
Fluid.
11 is correct.
Fluid. 11 is fluid. Fluid.
No,
Nagendra.
11 is 3-letter.
3-letter.
Word, and it is
Pacifica.
neither solid nor liquid. It is gas.
Ice.
Ice.
Air.
No,
Gas.
11 is
Either,
gas.
we can't
Gas.
see it. You need the answer, other letters. to fill up.
Okay.
Yeah. Who answered now?
Not
Yeah, it is
actually.
air. Gas.
Here.
Neither solid nor liquid is gas.
12th one, somebody said not.
She.
That's true, right? Correct. And 13th one, 5th month.
May.
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 Have you got the answers, Vishnu?
Yes, I got the answers with me, but I couldn't show it in here. I have it in my other device.
Okay, so finish this and then show us the answers.
Yeah, I think I'm done with the game session.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, maybe I will show the answers at the end. Would that be possible? Maybe at the end of the meeting if you have time.
Yes, that'll be fine.
Yes, that would be great. Okay. I think we are done with the competition. I think Lakshmi, he has tracked down the person who answered the most. Thank you for your participation. I wish I had more, but I was afraid to bore you guys. So that's why I had to. But anyway, thank you so much for your participation and thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Abhirami.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishnu. I was just taken back to school days where in that headway science book, we go back and write solid liquid gases. Sometimes it's amazing, you know the answer and you write it, it feels really good. And that's always there in the crosswords. And these days I'm playing those crosswords in Times of India crossword puzzles, those short ones which have similar stuff like this, which is really, really interesting. Okay, now that we are done with the game session, it's time to have some amount of education, isn't it, to give it a school flavor. And for this, we're going to have an educational session. Now, Toastmasters, if you see, has introduced this beautiful concept of excellence series. So you have an excellence series on communication, on leadership, and also on successful club. Now, if you break down this excellence series, these are all modules, small modules, which is going to give you all those essence to become a successful leader or a successful communicator, whatever the series that we choose. Now, as a club, we're planning to implement these series and give you those small CTM quick bites where you will be able to grab those small modules in just 10 minutes and get those essential qualities. Now, today the session is from the excellence series on leadership excellence series. Now, here we'll have all the modules around becoming a successful leader. And one of the key successful trait that I also always try to learn or work on is giving effective feedback. So as a leader or as a boss or anyone, you're constantly reviewing, giving a feedback, and that's what propels us forward. And that needs to be effective. It cannot end up as a fault-finding device. And to help us sharpen this particular skill, we have our own in-house evaluation expert. He's been a recent division level runner-up in the contest, evaluation contest. He's the current immediate past president, our beloved Toastmaster, Abhilash. Over to you, Abhilash.
Thank you so much, Madam President and Madam Toastmaster of the day. Give me 1 quick minute. Let me quickly share my screen. Yes, could you, is my screen visible? Thank you. So before we just move on, I would like to take a little snippet from each of you. What do each of you believe is feedback? Please feel free to unmute yourself and say what you believe feedback is all about. Anyone, please.
Well, very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and mighty guests. Thank you, Abhilash, for that wonderful topic. My perspective is like, sometimes I feel it is a user's perspective. So I either, deliver a service or perform some task, and then there is a feedback on that. It is just the user's perspective on that. As simple as that. May not be absolutely true to be considered as an evaluation, to extend it a bit. Thank you. Over to you, Abhilash.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Shivakumar. Anyone else? What are your thoughts on feedback? Let me ask Kartika.
Okay, feedback is essentially communicating effectively that that something went right in a certain direction or went wrong in a certain direction, so that both of you are on the same page. Is this okay?
Yes, good to do it. Thank you. So let us take one last definition or one last perspective from someone before we go on. Rekha ma'am.
Yes, thank you. You read my mind. So basically, effective feedback has to help the person to understand where he is good, where he is not good, and or where he can improve. So if that is going to help the speaker, then it is a good or effective feedback.
Thank you, ma'am. So if you do look closely, at what Rekha ma'am and what Kartika said, they focused on what effective feedback is. And that leads us to one question. Should feedback be effective? And if so, what is going to be the pros or cons of an effective feedback? Should feedback necessarily be effective? How many of you think that feedback needs to be effective? Okay, I think I saw Abhirami raise her hand first. So Abhirami, why do you feel that feedback needs to be effective?
Okay, so feedback has a purpose, and only when it becomes effective, it becomes useful to the recipient. So it has to be packaged in a manner that will help him and also the person and create a win-win situation.
Exactly. Feedback, what we give is going to be effective to the recipient. Then only, if it is going to be appealing to the recipient, if it can help him improve, then only it becomes an effective feedback. So, Toastmaster Shivakumar said user's perspective. The first time I actually heard that, I heard it as useless perspective. So what we should not do is, you should not let your user's perspective become a useless perspective. Ensure that feedback is effective. How do we go about giving this effective feedback? Before we move on, I'm going to demonstrate to you two versions of feedback. How many of you did manage to hear our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Abhirami's opening remarks? And even if you did not, let us wait on. All right. Let me take you through two feedbacks that I'm going to give to Toastmaster Abhirami on her opening statements. So the first type of feedback, what I'm going to give her is this. Toastmaster Abhirami, you did a good job of correlating your team with those of the previous teams. You collaborated well with the audience. but I felt your vocal variety was not up to the mark. Had you improved your vocal variety, it would have been good. So this is the first feedback that I have given her. Now let me go to the next feedback that I am going to give her. Toastmaster Abhirami, when you correlated your theme on prioritization with those of goals and New Year goals set by the previous two Toastmasters, you made for a beautiful opening. Secondly, when you asked the audience what is prioritization, you made a very concerted effort to involve them as well. But with such a lovely theme, what I felt was your vocal variety could have been a little bit more effective, especially when you said that prioritization is time is the key for prioritization. You could have said time is the key for prioritization. And with that time in mind, it is now time for us to proceed to the next session. A little bit more vocal variety would have definitely helped you there. But amazing work. I loved your energy and enthusiasm. If you work a little bit more on this particular vocal variety, I'm sure your opening remarks were a killer. So these are the two types of feedbacks that I've given to Toastmaster Abhirami. Which one did you feel was more appealing? Which one do you feel will help Abhirami improve, and why? Anyone? Oh, yes, Monica.
I feel the second version of the feedback will be more effective because you managed to explain what is the vocal variety and how we can demonstrate it and how we can improve that.
Thank you, Monica. So anyone else with any other reason? All right. So let me now take you on. So I will explain a few reasons myself why I also felt the second was more effective. Right. So before we move on, what is going to be the purpose of feedback? A feedback at the end of the day, be it for the team or for the individual, it should make sure that you achieve what your end goals are. It should ensure that you build confidence for the next step in your journey, and it should be a key part in your success. These three elements together ensure that your feedback is effective. It should help you achieve your goal. It should help you build your confidence for the next step of your journey. And ultimately, it should be a key tool in your success. These are the three things that any effective feedback should do. Now, let me go on to the more, I will be coming to this particular slide at the last. Let me now move on to what are the feedback tips that are going to help you give constructive feedback. And then I will be back to how you can do them. So if you had observed what Toastmaster Monica pointed out, exactly, give an example of where Toastmaster Abhirami did well, give an example of where she could have improved. Specifics. Always ensure that your feedback should not be general. Ensure that you be specific, because only when you're specific, it can help that person realize where they could have improved. So that is the first point of giving effective feedback. Always be specific. Now, the second thing was, if you had noted it very carefully, in the first feedback, what I would have done is I would have told, she could have improved this, she could have improved that, she did this well. But in the second feedback, if you had noted my language, it would have been, I felt that she did a beautiful job here. I felt that a little bit more vocal variety. What happens here is, when you speak for yourself, you're clearly conveying to that person that this is how I felt. Another person there could feel differently. You're not here to generalize a person's thing. When you communicate in the first person, that shows to the other person that you are sincere about giving your feedback. So always ensure that you speak for yourself when you give feedback. This particular point, when you go into your organization or when you go into a leadership position in your team, there are going to be people coming and giving feedback about another person's performance to you. Your feedback should not reflect that. Your feedback ensure that at the end of the day, it is what you have observed and what you're going to speak. Please, that is a very important characteristic of any effective feedback, which leads me to the third point. Be sincere. See, a feedback is an effective tool that is going to help a person increase their chances of succeeding. When you're going to be very, somewhat jolly and free going, it is not going to help the other person in reality realize their goals. At the best, it's going to be a very vague feedback. So always ensure that you're sincere when you provide feedback. And finally, when you're in a team feedback. So today, when Toastmaster Abhirami's vocal variety, if I felt that she could have done a better job on her vocal variety, that is something which is going to set the tone for the entire meeting following on, right? So it is going to affect the tenor and energy of all other role players. So if I had said that, had you made a greater pitch for your vocal variety, the entire meeting's energy would have been enthused. So when you give what is going to be the C effect of a cause, the effect of a cause in the future, that is going to ensure that your feedback becomes very accurate. The next thing, which I have always emphasized and which I always love doing, always use first person, the I technique. When you go out with an I felt that you could improve. I felt that you did a great job. That is going to help you be on a connecting term with the speaker. The speaker will ensure that the feedback is taken inside instead of when you're going to describe it, she gave it that way, she gave it that way. Who are you speaking for? Your goal here is to ensure that the speaker becomes better. Ensure that you use first person in your feedback. And if you observed carefully, in my two demonstrations, in the first one, I would have ended by saying you need to improve on your vocal variety. But in the second one, I would have ended saying, you did a great job in maintaining the energy and attitude in your voice, but a little bit more and you will be a killer. Always end on a positive note, That is when people feel that, yes, they have done something good. When you always point out the negatives, the feedback loses its effectiveness. Don't be overtly criticizing. Don't be overtly positive either. But when you end on a positive note, it motivates the speaker or the action trigger to think well and do better next time. So ensure that your feedback always ends on a positive note. And the third one, recognize improvement. Toastmaster Abhirami has improved a lot over time since the day when I first met her. Saying such words of encouragement will ensure that, she feels appreciated. She feels, yes, I have done a good job. Yes, I could go better on this. So when you do put in such, recognitions of improvement, it appeals to the speaker to better herself. And that is when an effective feedback is achieved. Now I'm going to focus on three key elements of recognizing a positive performance. I think Toastmaster Rekha will be a very good judge on this, being a management professional herself. But what I'm going to do here is three things of recognizing positive performance and how they are going to affect the attitude of the speaker, or when you go into your organization, the employee. The first one, again, specific. When instead of saying you did a good job overall, what job did she do? The speaker or the RN will be left thinking, what did I do well? What did I do well? No. And tell her, when you beautifully transition from this to that was so beautiful to watch. You did an excellent job there. When you be specific, it shows that you care about that particular person. And so that specific feedback becomes a literal game changer. The second thing that I'm going to do is express your appreciation here. Sometimes, we feel constructive feedback is not about being positive. It's not about expressing your appreciation. Nothing could be further from the truth. When a person has done something well, ensure that you express your appreciation. That will give them the energy to move forward. Do not hold back on your appreciation. Ensure, come on, give it out in words. Ensure that the speaker is appreciated enough. Only then your feedback is going to reach the mind of the speaker. See, when you're going to tell one thing which she did not do well, ensure you tell a thing which she did well. That gives an unbiased view. All right. The third one is when you do see a speaker, giving something good, encourage her to do the same. Encourage her. Come on. Yes, do this for all your future things. And this will be a killer speech. Always ensure that you encourage positive performance. So in conclusion, what are we going to do in effective feedback? Effective feedback, it's going to improve the speaker's attitude and ensure that the next speech of the speaker is going to be an even better one. That alone, as an evaluator, your goal as well is achieved over there. Ensure that you give effective feedback. How are you going to do this? For this, now we'll go back quickly to the 4 steps of giving effective feedback. The first thing is always ensure that the objectives on which you're going to evaluate a person are set clear. Without any objective, your feedback loses its purpose. That is why here in Toastmasters, for each and every project, we have levels with clear objectives. Only then can a person be evaluated and feedback given correctly. Many of us find, honestly, any one of you raise your hands if you feel that the icebreaker speech is the most difficult for giving feedback. How many of you have felt that? Right. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Because an icebreaker doesn't have a set objective. All of us are wondering what to do. We can't be too overtly critical because that is the first stepping stone of a person. But we can't. So what do? That confusion is there in all our minds. But okay, see, here it is necessary because an icebreaker is a stepping stone hence. But without objectives, that is how difficult feedback becomes. The second is more relevant in terms of a team performance. But when I translate it to an individual performance, observe carefully. Always observe and listen carefully. Only when you do that, you're going to be able to point out where the person could have improved as well as point out the positives of that person. Without observation, your evaluation is going to be, that's all. The third thing is provide immediate feedback. How do I stress on this point? Honestly, I'll ask Toastmaster Abhirami. Toastmaster Abhirami, do you remember on the 26th of April 2021, you did a TMOD role? Can I give you feedback on that? Do you remember what theme even you did?
I think it is something it was on a, I'm not able to reflect honestly.
Exactly. 26th April, you didn't even do a TMOD. Okay, so that is how, see, if I'm going to go back in time and see about, ages past, the events that I've done for that, if I'm going to give feedback, it loses its relevance because the speaker or the performer is not even going to remember what they did. So ensure that whatever feedback you give is going to be immediate. Think and give it immediately. And the final one, which I've often repeated, recognize positive performance. Effective feedback will be effective only when you point out both the flaws and the goods. Ensure that the positivities are always recognized because that gives the speaker or the performer a confidence which he needs to succeed on. So let me quickly now sum up 4 steps for giving objective, clear, effective feedback. Ensure that your objectives are clear before you embark on the mission. The second thing is observe and listen carefully to the speaker. The third thing is feedback has to be immediate for it to be effective. And the final thing is always recognize positive performance. A few characteristics of how we are going to do this. Be specific, provide specific examples wherever possible. Always use the I tone whenever you communicate to a person. Always end on a positive note because that gives the person much needed energy to succeed. And finally, emphasize how they have done over time. So I'm sure with this little bit of energy in all of us, we are going to ensure that our feedbacks are going to be more effective, both inside Toastmasters and beyond Toastmasters. With this, I will now hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Abhirami.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. That was a fantastic educational session. I'm sure each of us over here would have understood the difference between the way we generally evaluate and certain things that we need to keep in mind if we have to give a better or positive, impactful evaluation. With this, let's get on into our usual course of a meeting, which would be the prepared speech. So first, we have the first speaker or the only speaker for the day to introduce about her. She's a very versatile personality who puts her hand on so many things. She manages many things, I should say. She is a member of the Sindhi Association, and she's taken up an ex-com role there as well. And she manages online spoken English classes. And a very senior Toastmaster, has given a lot of speeches and has completed a pathway. It's Toastmaster Geeta. Before I call her upon stage, I'll request her evaluator, Toastmaster Rekha, to read out the speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhirami. So today, Toastmaster Geeta is going to deliver her speech titled, I Am Enjoying. She's going to present her speech from Presentation Mastery Pathway, Level 5, Reflect on Your Path. So there are two purpose statements. The first is, the purpose of the speech is for Toastmaster Geeta to reflect on her growth during the completion of an entire path. And the second purpose, the purpose of the speech is for Toastmaster Geeta to share some aspects of her growth during the completion of her path. So Toastmaster Geeta, I am ready to enjoy your speech. All the very best. Back to you, Toastmaster Abhirami.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rekha. Yes, now here we go. I am enjoying. Over to you, Toastmaster Rekha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhirami. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm truly delighted because with this speech today, I will be completing my first path, which is the Presentation Mastery under the Pathways. Talking about the pathways, friends, here's an honest revelation from me. I was a bit skeptical and I was hesitant to start the pathways journey. My understanding was pathways is truly a complicated project. And we were supposed to choose a path. When I didn't know what each of the paths had to offer to me, how would I actually go about choosing a path? So it was more easy for me to push my pathways journey, and I went on pushing. But friends, there is this famous quote that tells us that the secret to get ahead is to get started. I finally pushed myself to begin my pathways journey. And friends, we were 2 months into the online meetings when I gave my first icebreaker speech. I was very nervous. This wasn't my first icebreaker that I was giving, but I was very nervous because this fear of forgetting the script, which had accompanied me throughout my journey as a competent communicator, continued to accompany me in my pathways journey also. And moreover, this was the first time I was giving a speech in the virtual kind of a setup. It felt like I was talking to myself. I was standing in front of a blank computer and just talking to myself for 6 full minutes. I really didn't enjoy it. So many thoughts and doubts crept into my mind. I asked myself, am I really visible? Am I really audible? Or am I even connected? But I just pushed away all those thoughts. All I remember is I just rushed into completing my speech. I was as fast as the Shatabdi Express without any thoughts. That's how I completed my speech. And as expected, my evaluator pointed out this to me. She said that I should have sufficient pauses and I should also work on my vocal variety. Yes, friends, while I try to implement all of this feedback in my next or in my upcoming projects, rather, I would say, this fear of forgetting my speech or my script did not leave me for a very long time. It kept haunting me all the time. But the turning point, friends, was when I was supposed to present a well-researched and organized speech. I found it really exciting. I came out with an exciting, interesting topic that resonated well with me and that would resonate well with the audience. And little did I know, like this project is actually helping me prepare for or preparing me for my future projects. Having experienced an embarrassing situation when I actually messed up a meeting as a timer, I was unable to share my timer cards. I could have easily done away without presenting my slides. But then, friends, how else would I learn to present my slides or share my screen? So I pushed myself into preparing a beautiful presentation and presenting it. I was little nervous. I was a bit nervous, but then I was able to manage very effectively and very confidently. And I was really happy with what I did. And even more encouraging were my evaluator's words when she said that my presentation was really beautiful, my speech was very clear, and I was able to navigate through my slides with ease and confidence. Friends, she was a part of XCOM and she was very much aware of the fact that how I had messed up the meeting as a timer by not being able to share my slides. So I was like this speech actually kind of made me a bit more confident or like believe in myself. I was a little more confident. And that's exactly when I started my online English teaching classes. And suddenly I saw myself globally connected. And today I have enough students that I can manage at the comfort of my home. And I'm truly, truly enjoying it. Let me tell you another important aspect of this path. I did not stop it here. I took my learning of here from the Toastmasters journey, or rather this presenting slides and conducting the classes, to outside of the Toastmasters, to an organization that I am a part of. The members are all 60-year-olds or 60-year plus. So they were very much like hesitant. They resisted my idea of connecting with the members through online meetings. But I was very persistent. And within a few months, I saw myself hosting meetings for Chennai Sindhi Ladies Chapter. I was also able to coordinate with the speakers, helping the speakers share their slides. And we also connected with the members, inviting eminent speakers and doctors, dietitians, and eminent personalities. And we also stayed connected, and we are still staying connected with our members through these online meetings. Sometimes even we have online tambolas, which is the most favorite game, and which is enjoyed by one and all by our members. So this actually helped me believe in myself. And with a little more confidence, I moved on to my level 2. Now I was really excited. I wanted to know what my level 2 had to offer to me. So my level 2 wanted me to concentrate on my body language. And friends, I had never even thought about body language or how gestures can really help you communicate your message better. So that was the first time I actually consciously worked on my body language. My another project that required me to learn about the styles of communication. I'll be honest with you all, I had no idea how this project would help me, and I was a bit skeptical about it. This project actually didn't appeal to me at all. How would it help me? I had really no clue. But then as I got into the depth of it, as I read more about it, I really found it interesting. And in the process, I heard a few videos from the online YouTube also, and to understand that how exactly my speech is supposed to be. And I actually gave a beautiful speech, very interesting.
Ma'am, you've gone on mute, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So I'll go back to my level 2, this particular project, which wanted me to learn about the styles of communication. As I told you, like I had no idea how it's going to help me. But then as I got into the depth of it, understanding it, I realized that it's really an interesting project and got into attempting that project. And I, in fact, gave a very interesting speech. As examples, I even pulled in Toastmaster Abhilash and a few committee members as to explain who exactly falls under what category. So this project actually helped me understand myself, adapt myself. I was able to adapt myself to others' style of communication when it came to conveying my message. So it had really helped me at the personal level. But I wouldn't be doing justice if I don't talk about the project under level 2, which really changed the way I look into things. So if I have to tell you, like most of us are guilty about comparing ourselves with others. I was a very self-critical person, very hard on myself, and always ended up comparing myself with others and would end up feeling dejected about my performance. But this project, talking about the importance of mentoring in Toastmasters, changed the way I look into things. It kind of gave me an opportunity to reflect my journey in the Toastmasters in general. So that is the first time, I was very happy to share with you all, that was the first time I compared myself with what I was when I had begun my journey with the Toastmasters. That was the first time, friends, I truly, truly accepted to myself that I was improving. This project really helped me believe in myself. Gratitude flowed from my heart for all my mentors and senior Toastmasters who helped me put my best foot forward by their positive words. And as the saying goes, like miracles happen when you look at through the eyes of gratitude. Things started changing immediately, and I started feeling more confident about myself. And I even saw that I was performing really better when it came to taking up the roles and all of these things. So, yes. And I slowly moved on to my level 3. I had no idea what level 3 had to offer to me. But then the level 3 also helped me improve the elective projects under level 3, helped me improve my listening skills. And I also worked on, I also understood the art of conveying my message by narrating a beautiful story. And I was so happy with that speech that I became a test speaker and delivered the same speech when other club was having their contest. But the most important is I also learned how to convey a persuasive speech, or the art of persuasion. So this particular project under level 3 required me to present my viewpoint backed up with enough facts. And I pulled out a beautiful topic, that is, say no when you really mean a no. And I used my personal story to share my viewpoints. And I also had enough factuals persuading the audience to follow their mind. So that also really kept me happy. But what I'm really excited me was the level 4 speech that required me to manage a difficult audience. I was a bit tensed. I had no clue how it would go, how I would go about it, or how it would end up. But then, friends, it really went, the speech, I really enjoyed every minute of the speech. The topic that I had chosen was how the food industry is luring us into buying the products, exotic foods to mint money. And this particular topic resonated so well with the audience and my audience was so wonderful that they kept flooding me with questions. They left no stone unturned and made sure that I get distracted. But I ensured that I do not get distracted, and I very effectively managed to give a beautiful speech without losing the flow. This, in fact, helped me boost my confidence even more. By then, I understood that I need to make friends with the fear of forgetting my script, because this fear actually had helped me work on or practice more before I deliver my speech. And then I chose the elective project as a question answer session, where again I chose a very interesting topic, like how the social media companies are intentionally addicting their users. And that was also met with very good response. I had questions thrown at me and I was able to effectively manage the speech. And these two speeches are these are my favorite speeches. And I even went ahead outside of our club and delivered these two speeches outside of our club as well. But then level 5, I found it a little challenging. I had to deliver a 22-minute speech, a keynote speech, and I was not too sure. But then I had senior Toastmasters who encouraged me to give that full 22-minute speech. And I again chose a very interesting topic, which is like how control seeking can lower your happiness levels. So this speech also went very fine with me, and I was really happy. But what I really enjoyed doing was just moderating a panel discussion. I'm sure most of you must have had a lot of opportunities where you, at your professional levels, where you would have moderated a panel discussion, right? Or maybe in the near future also, you might have a chance of moderating a panel discussion. Just think about me. I'm not a working woman. So who else will give me this opportunity? So very excitedly, I jumped into the project and I did beautifully. So we had experienced Toastmasters like Distinguished Toastmaster Nina John and Distinguished Toastmaster Venu and Toastmaster Punit, who is also a table topic champion as a panelist. And I really enjoyed every minute of the speech. Of course, there are a few things I could have still done better. But friends, I'm learning. Toastmaster is a forum that teaches you all the time, and we are learning all the time. So what's important is it's not the destination, but the journey is important. And I have been enjoying every minute of this Toastmasters journey. And I'm looking forward to begin my new path. I'm all geared actually to begin my new path, which is the motivational strategies. And I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the path as well. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Geeta. I was completely able to relate to your journey. So each of us have our own speaking journey. We select a path. We have various levels where we have to deliver speeches. And here, it definitely requires a lot of determination to finish each speech, get through and get on to the next level. Sometimes we end up getting stuck in the first speech and we need a lot of push to get on to the next one. And this again circles back to the theme of the day, where we need to pause and think about how we want to prioritize our speeches. And that will definitely help us on a journey to become a distinguished Toastmaster or whatever is your goal. Now, moving on to the next session for the day. This is the most awaited session, I would say. It's the heart of Toastmastering, the impromptu speaking session, because in life, there is not always time to prepare a speech and deliver it. Rather than you need to be always prepared and just speak your heart out confidently. Now for this session, it's a thrilling session because new joiners or people who are guests, sometimes, they're like, okay, TT Master, please don't call me. That way it's thrilling for them. And the senior Toastmasters who didn't pick a role is like, why don't you give me a role? Let me get into it. So now to make this thrilling session an enthralling one, we have a senior Toastmaster who is going to conduct the session. That's our Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, who is the VP Education of our club. Over to you, Toastmaster Lakshmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay, Toastmaster Abhirami. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. And as Abhirami mentioned, that this is one of the most exciting portions of the Toastmaster meeting, the table topic session. And today, I'll be your table topic master. The main objective of this session is to help members to develop their impromptu communication skills, to effectively think on their feet, that's what we'll say, by answering any unexpected questions, sudden questions. It could be something like your boss asks you a question about a status on randomly. So you'll be put in a situation where you need to answer to certain questions or respond to someone in an ad hoc basis. So this particular session will help you to rehearse on that impromptu communication skills. And we also want to give every member the opportunity to speak at each meeting, because the whole idea of Toastmasters meeting is to make you speak the meeting, and not everyone has the role to might have the role to speak. So we do this table topic session for the members who are not part of the primary, for members who are not taking any roles here, so that they can come on give a try their speaking skills for it. So the table topic is very specifically designed to develop the 4 essential communication skills, I should say here, that is listening and thinking, like you need to think on what you're going to talk about, and organizing your thoughts, and then speaking out your thoughts with a begin, body, and end, as we usually want every speaker to do it. But usually the table topic master will give a topic and call on speakers, will be given 1 to 2 minutes to speak on this subject. That is the usual practice we have. But today I want to have this meeting as a storytelling session, where I will start the meeting with an imaginary story with an imaginary characters. Okay, and each table topic speaker will continue the story from where this previous speaker left, and he or she has to speak for at least 1 to 2 minutes as a typical table topic session. And you can add your own characters, you can add your own situation also into the topic. At the end of the day, I want each of you to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So I also encourage you to use the word of the day for this session, or each table topic speaker. But today, instead of calling one by one, I would like to get people. So people nominate yourself, whoever wants to become a table topic speaker. At least I want 6 to 7 speakers to nominate yourself. Let me first decide on the table topic speaker. Then I'll start with the story, and we'll continue the story later. So any volunteers there for table topic? Or I need to pick up then? Any non-role players who wants to volunteer for table topic session? You can just, it's not going to be tough, it will be very simple. You can talk whatever you feel like. You can create your own stories. Please nominate yourself. Okay, then I think I should call people by name. So Toastmaster Shrikant, sir, can I make you as the first speaker?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, okay. No, I'm going to pull up all these table topic speakers now, then we'll start the story, so that each one will know what the story is coming up and they can continue from there. At least they'll have more time to think and rehearse the topic. So, okay. So TM Nanda, sir, is volunteered. Okay, thank you, sir. TM Nanda. And I want some more. Can you have some guests? So Abhilash is volunteering. Thanks, Abhilash. So Toastmaster Sivakumar, can I add you? Yes.
Yes, sir, you can.
Yeah, thank you. We have 3 more. Can we have some guests? So please try, don't worry, it's an opportunity to speak.
One guest raised his hand, I think, Syed.
Oh, Syed, hi,
Yes,
Syed. Sorry, I didn't notice that. So we have 5 members, one or 2 more is okay. Our guest Vinod is also volunteered. Thank you, Vinod. Okay, and Pooja as well, right? Thanks, Pooja. Okay, I think we are done. We have 7 members here. Maybe we can add later also. Shall we spotlight them or no? Okay, continue. So shall we decide on the orders, or you want to choose order by yourself? We can decide on order. Like let's start with maybe, or we can start the speech. You can give to anyone. Shall we spotlight the people based on that? We have Toastmaster Shrikant Krishnan. Zoom Master, can you please spotlight Toastmaster Shrikant, Toastmaster Nanda? I don't have access. Okay. Yes, spotlight for everyone. We can do that. Toastmaster Abhilash. And it take Toastmaster Sivakumar. And Pooja and guest Syed and guest Vinod. Yeah. I think we have already. So let's make this order as like we'll start with Toastmaster Nanda. I'll start the story. I'll just give you a briefing. I'll tell you a story for 1 to 2 minutes. It's completely imaginary story. Don't relate with any real people. Just I'm going to tell the story. So as I get this 1 to 2 minutes thing, I'll stop the story, and the next table topic speaker could continue. So Toastmaster Nanda is going to be we make as a first speaker after me, and then you can pass on the baton to represent anyone to continue this story from that point onwards. So the story, I am just letting you know again, you can add your own characters, you add your own situation to the story, you can talk as you want. Just feel free to talk for 1 to 2 minutes. So timer, note down the time is usually the usual timing 1 to 2 minutes. For 1 minute, you show the green light, 1.5 minutes, the yellow, and 2 minutes red. And so also for me, just show me the similar lights, but don't count me for voting. So, okay, shall we begin this? Just, it's an imaginary story. Please don't laugh at it. Okay. So timer, my time starts now. Okay. It was 3 days before Pongal. I was in Bangalore and was eagerly waiting to go to Chennai for Pongal celebration. Had my train booked, and as I entered the railway station, I heard the announcement that all trains are cancelled. So I decided to take a cab back to Chennai. But the travel guys said like the border is closed and they want to contain people, or you cannot cross the border, state borders. So, but I was desperate to go to Chennai, and the only option is to go by flight. And suddenly I got an idea. I called our DTM Venu and asked him if he can help me. He said, yes, there is a special flight, the last flight coming from Bangalore to Chennai. Why don't you try that? I said thanks to him, and I immediately started to the airport. And after reaching, and as I tried to enter, the security stopped me. I showed him my Aadhaar card, my driving license, and voter ID. He still didn't allow me. Then I realized I don't have a ticket. So I immediately booked the last ticket available and boarded the flight. As I entered the flight, I saw everyone was looking the same. It's because they were all wearing the face mask and the shield given by the airlines. They all looked the same. But as I sat in the seat, I saw there are some people in yellow jersey. Yes, you're right. They are all CSK players. The one next to me is Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the Captain Cool. And suddenly I saw one guy serving drinks and juices. He was looking like Yogi Babu. I asked him, you look like Yogi Babu. I said, I am Yogi Babu. You booked the last ticket. What will I do? I have to come here as a air hostess. Within 10 minutes of the flight, I got an announcement from the captain that we can't land our aircraft in Chennai because of the weather condition. So we are going to Andaman and we'll be staying there until the weather improves in Chennai. Now I hand over the control to Toastmaster Nanda to continue the story in his own style. Over to you, Toastmaster Nanda.
Just then, I felt chillness on my body completely. I remember a bedsheet, and my mother was standing there with a bucket of water. Buffalo, it is already 11 a.m. in the morning. I was still sleeping. Wake up. Mom, I am in a beautiful dream. I am in a flight with Dhoni, Virat Kohli, Yogi Babu, Samantha, everyone. We just spoiling my dream. Buffalo, you don't even have a job now. You just finished your schooling and idling your time. Come on, get up, get ready for college. Okay, Mom. Okay, I'm getting up, Mom. Whew, what a brilliant dream it was. One day, I should go in a charter flight with Dhoni. Now, what should I do? Let me check the online class. Oh my God, the first class is already over. What's the next class? Next class is the bad old physics class. Oh shit. Nanda, did you do your physics assignment? Submit your assignment? Yes, sir, I submitted it yesterday. But I did not find it. Sir, I submitted in the dream. No. You do it now. Okay, sir. Oh, this guy also asking for assignment. What a bad life, man. Let me again open my bed sheet and go to my sleep mode and again dream. This time I'll go to a flight in Dubai with all the celebrity friends, Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, everyone, and enjoy life. Back to my sleep. Over to you.
Now let me ask our Toastmaster Shrikant to continue the table topic.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was always my dream to fly the Dreamliner 787 Boeing. So I was literally in that flight, and as we have been hearing that my co-passengers were all celebrities and cricket stars, and it was really a good time flying from Andaman back to Chennai. And it was halfway through the flight, I woke up and I realized it was a dream. And I just looked around, I saw my son sleeping next to me, and I went back to sleep. And I realized it was a dream. And the next morning, when I woke up and switched on the TV, I could hear this wonderful message that is being telecast. It says that the whole country has woken up to a big disaster that's about to happen to all of us. An asteroid from the space is hurtling towards the Earth, and it can hit us anytime. And the government has called on for an emergency meeting with the National Disaster Relief Force and also the Home Guard, the paramilitary, and everybody. And Prime Minister has called for a cabinet meeting to handle this situation. As I was going through this news, it sent a chill down my spine, and I was wondering what is going to happen to all of us. Then I came to know that there is a force beyond all this. We got in touch with the American president. At the time, it was Donald Trump. And we requested him to send a Spider-Man by a special flight because this asteroid was about to hit our planet and down South India. So we were at real danger. Immediately, Trump swung into action and he sent a Superman. And that Superman had just landed in time. And as he was taking ready to hold this asteroid with his hand, by the time the asteroid just reached the atmosphere, it was burnt down to ashes because of the good souls that we have in India. All the people in our country are so blessed and they were so good that the asteroid could do us no harm and we survived a major disaster. Thank you very much, and back to you, TP Master.
Thank you, Shrikant. Now I'll ask the Toastmaster Pooja to continue the story from here on. You can add your own imaginations. Please unmute yourself.
As Mr. Shrikant Kutikrishnan said that since there were all good souls in India and we all were saved and no harm took place in our country alone. So to celebrate that, I went to Kashmir and I celebrated alone there. It was so instead of celebrating Pongal in Chennai, where it is, though it is called as cold, the weather is not so very cold. So I traveled to Srinagar. Even at last minute, I was informed that my flight is cancelled. So I had to book another flight and I traveled to Kashmir. There I stayed in Srinagar in a boat house. Then I traveled to Gulmarg, which is a hill station where the temperature is 13 degree Celsius, which is very very chill there compared to Chennai. Though my initial plan was to travel from Bangalore to Chennai in my dreams, but I landed up in Srinagar. From Chennai, Andaman, and then again Bangalore, Chennai, Andaman, and now I am in Srinagar enjoying because Srinagar, I mean Kashmir is heaven of India, not only India, it's the entire world. So to celebrate what we were supposed to get harm from the asteroid, I am now celebrating and enjoying my good time in Srinagar. That's all. So I pass on to the next person.
Okay, so may I request guest Syed to continue the story?
Yeah, since I was finding it very lonely in Srinagar, I thought I'll invite all the guests as well as the Toastmasters there in to Srinagar, and we had a ball of a time there. Trust me, people, it was fantastic with the President Abhirami ma'am and everyone around. We all had a fantastic time. In fact, she went for trekking too, and she was again the guide for everyone. The way she's been conducting this, we enjoyed the trip, and we wanted to come back to Chennai, but I came to know that my friend Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayanan delivered wife delivered a baby. So we all wanted to go to his to his native to celebrate the birth of the baby. So we all took the flight to the place which is Coimbatore. So we traveled there, and that's it. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Can you request guest Vinod to continue that story?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Actually, I landed it in Srinagar, and in fact, I have found out an engraving saying that there was a beautiful engraving for an Indian soldiers. It read like this: "We sacrifice our best today for your better tomorrow." I thought, what if something would have happened in case of terrorism aircraft failure? It's better because we are not daily fighting for. Because I am actually as an entrepreneur, I do fight for my family. I do fight for my employees. But these people, these army men, are really worthy more than that. So I thought of staying over there till Pongal, and I want to celebrate the Pongal. It's what do you call it? It would be a high pleasure for me to celebrate with our army men. So I thought of staying over there, and I completed Pongal and then came back. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Vinod, for continuing the story. And I'll request our Toastmaster Sivakumar. I want to keep Abhilash as the last finishing touch, so I'm requesting Toastmaster Sivakumar to continue the story from where it was left. You can add your imagination, sir. It's up to you.
Yeah, well, thank you. So as soon as I reached Coimbatore, and then I realized that the government of Tamil Nadu has announced a big lockdown. And then I had no clue on how to reach my home. So I slowly stepped out of the airport, and I was looking here and there for some kind of conveyance to, reach home. And wherever I see there are auto rickshaws or taxis, but they are all there without drivers. And I was totally perplexed. So I just slowly approached a cop who was guarding the airport, exit. And I just explained the situation. See, I have come all the way from Kashmir to Coimbatore to reach my family to have my Pongal celebration. But this is totally unexpected. And in a short notice, they have announced a lockdown. So being a kind of a human-to-human help, could you please assist me? Could you please guide me on how to reach? Then generally the perspective that cops in our state, like, they're rude, and then my experience was totally different. He was so kind, and they were already on a plan to go for a patrolling. So he, with his kind heart, accommodated me and my luggage in his patrol vehicle and dropped me in my residence. And I thanked him really from the bottom of the heart. And that entire, that experience totally changed my experience with, my imagination of what our cops were. And thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sivakumar. Now I'm leaving the control to finish the story by Toastmaster Abhilash. I'm eagerly waiting to the story to end.
When we had MS Dhoni as a finisher, where am I? Anyway, good evening. Now it's time. All my vacations are done, right from Srinagar to Shimla to Dubai. And now it is time for me to take the final flight back to Chennai in time for the Pongal celebrations. And as I am in that flight, the pilot suddenly speaks. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you see out of your window, we are now traveling over the Bay of Bengal. And if you observe more carefully, 2 of our engines have caught fire. And we are about to crash land into the Bay of Bengal. And as it crash lands, and as I feel the water seeping over me, I wake up from the second dream of mine with my mom pouring another bucket of water. Arey, just now I woke you up. Did you go and sleep? And again, now what were you dreaming? Mommy, I went to Shimla. Don't go there and all. Your physics teacher is no. But luckily that day, physics teacher and all, nothing. It was a holiday. Pongal was here and I had woken up. And it turned out to be an amazing day, celebrating Pongal with all my loved, near and dear ones on the morning, enjoying the sweetness of that Pongal rice and all that. And as evening went on, It happened to be a Sunday. What more could I ask for? 4 to 6, a CTM meeting, a Chennai Toastmasters meeting right here. And what a wonderful way to finish the day, right? Pongal in the morning, a CTM meeting in the evening, and dinner. Dinner was probably the only thing that was a little bit down because all of us were tired from the Pongal celebrations and the meeting. But what a day it was. I started at Shimla and Dubai, ended up celebrating Pongal with my near and dear ones, ended up seeing all my Toastmaster friends. Could I ask more from a single day? I met Dhoni in my dreams and my Toastmaster friends in the real. What more could I wish for in such a beautiful day? Won't you agree with me, Table Topic Master? A perfect end to the day.
Thank you, Abhilash. It's not just perfect end to the day, it's a perfect end to the table topic session as well. Because when I started this idea, I never thought the story will end like this. It was like an inception story for me, dream inside dream. I started with a story. I thought immediately the next table topic speaker, Nanda sir, changed it into a dream, and every twist and turn came from there. We traveled all the way from Andaman to Kashmir to Coimbatore and then back. We woke up from multiple dreams, and finally we are in this meeting. Now let's all wake up and continue this meeting now. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you for being so sportive and taking this session sportively. And thank you once again. And now I think it's time to hand over the control back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Abhirami. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhirami.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi. Well said. Even I felt it like an Inception movie, but an Indianized version with Pongal and Srinagar and whatever is in India. The best part was when Toastmaster Lakshmi was having a baby. I was like, oh my God, where did this come from? So that was a twist of the twist in between. From you starting on the journey and on a flight and seeing Dhoni, and Nanda sir saying it's a dream, and someone bringing a baby into the picture, that is the best twist I could ever hear in a TT session. Great. I think it is not a session for sleeping and waking up. It is something that woke us all up. Now, here we go into the evaluation. Yes, champions look for feedback for their breakfast. And now the CTM champions are ready to have their breakfast. Over to you, ma'am, distinguished Toastmaster Neena John, to manage the evaluation session.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster President Abhirami. We begin our general evaluation session where our first half is going to be evaluation of the speeches. As Madam President said, feedback is the breakfast of champions. We're going to have it for tea now, but that doesn't matter. The nutrients are still there, propelling us to a better performance each time. So our first evaluator is Madam Toastmaster Rekha to evaluate Madam Geeta Shroff. Over to you, Madam Rekha.
Thank you very much, DTM Madam Neena John. Congratulations, Toastmaster Geeta, on your successful completion of your path. This is not an easy task where I know how much I've been struggling. Congratulations once again. Not only you enjoyed your pathways journey, even I enjoyed your pathways journey, because whatever speech you referred in your speech, I recollect listening to your speeches and enjoying your speeches and learning from your speeches. So, and referring to today's speech objective, again recollect, today's speech objective is to share your growth during the completion of your path. So let me share what I love the most in your speech. To start with, you started your speech with high note and enthusiasm, high spirit, and you said, today I completed my path. So I was literally able to connect, and I am now waiting to complete my own path. I was able to draw that positive energy from you. I love that happiness being exhibited. And then I love the way when you shared your fears, your challenges, your skepticism, when you said you were unclear about the path, about online speeches, like where you felt like you were speaking with no one. And the challenge as a timer and your pauses, voice modulation, and the body languages, every Toastmaster would have been able to relate to your fears and your challenges. And I personally was able to relate to your fears and your challenges. And then you continue to say how this Each level of speeches help you to grow at different levels, right? How you explored different knowledge, how you explored your skill set at different levels, how it helped you both in your professional life as well as a Toastmaster within the club as well as across the club. And you did have a test today where your speech was muted and then there was a voice which said like, the recording was stopped and then restarted. As a proof of growth, you just continued as if you never bothered about all these interruptions. Kudos to that. So now let me share what I love the most. I shared how you could have improved your speech. So one, see, not everyone would be aware of the different levels and the pathways. We have guests, we have new Toastmasters. I would have loved to hear if you would have set the context. What is a pathway? A quick, what is a pathway? What are the different levels? What are the, how many speeches you delivered to complete this path? So which you would have, when you would have shared that, everyone would have related to your accomplishment, which you did today. And likewise, this being your final speech of your pathways, I would have loved to see a speech given in a standing mode. And then towards the end, I felt the energy was coming down and it was dragging a bit. So I felt maybe you could have worked on the structure a little bit, where you could have spoken about your fear, your challenges, how you overcame, and then went into how it helped you to grow, and then also given credit to those who have helped you in this path. To summarize, you did a great job by sharing your fears, your challenges, and how each level has helped you to grow as a speaker, as a person, as a professional. The things which you could have improved to give a speech in standing mode, set the context of what is pathways and what are the, how many speeches you have delivered, and your energy, your enthusiasm and the structure could have been a little bit better. So with this, I wish you all the very best for your next speech, next pathways. I hand over back to DTM Dina John.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Rekha. That was a good evaluation. I will now call upon our next evaluator, Toastmaster Nanda, who will evaluate Toastmaster Abhilash for his educational session in the series of Leadership Excellence. Over to you, Nanda, sir.
Thank you, General Evaluator DTM Nirajan, ma'am. Giving the effective feedback itself is challenging, but giving effective feedback to a session on effective feedback is even more challenging. So thank you for the opportunity to do that. So they say that feedback is like a sugar-coated pill. So why they say is the feedback has to be precise, it has to be honest, it has to be to the point, but at the same time, it should motivate the speaker who gets the feedback to the next level. It shouldn't dent his confidence. So I thought Abhilash's session beautifully covered different aspects of giving effective feedback. So he nicely covered what are the different strategies or different points or different inputs a evaluator can keep in mind while listening to a speech, while preparing for the evaluation, and also while delivering effective feedback. I also like the way he started, where he began with the interaction with the audience, getting their mindset or getting them into his zone, where he asked them, what do you think about effective feedback? And I also like the way where he actually gave a feedback comparing two different versions and say, this is a version 1 and this is a version 2. What do you think is better? Is version 1 is better? Is version 2 is better? And why version 2 is better than version 1? So I like the real-time analysis rather than giving reading from the PPT. So that aspects I like really much. But what I thought missing in this session is like the personal touch is missing. So we all know that Abhilash is a division level evaluation contestant runner-up, right? So what propelled him on this path? So what kind of evaluation or feedback he received from his mentors or from his club mates, which made him to grow as a person? Maybe he could have added a little bit of those perception or those perspectives, his learnings, what propelled him in this path. That would be even more a valuable learning for all the audience. That is something Abhilash could add in your future sessions. Other aspect which I thought is the timing limit. So he was easily crossing more than 7 minutes of allocated time, so which he could probably consciously try to like avoid in the upcoming sessions. One more thing I thought of like sharing here with Abhilash is that he can sort of repeating some thoughts, like giving positive feedback or being sincere. So those things he was repeated more than like a few times. So maybe that could lend a little bit of boredom to the audience, especially to me. Maybe that could be avoided. So how this could be avoided is by adding his own personal perception or his own personal learning path, etc. Overall, it was an awesome session where multiple strategies, techniques, tips was discussed with the audience to give a positive feedback, but with some consciously adding his own personal experiences and have a check on the clock. I'm sure his awesome sessions will be coming forward. Over to you, General Elevator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda, for that, for all those effective insights. I'm sure Toastmaster Abhilash and all of us here will take those to heart. We move on now to the other team that we have, and I would request each of my team members, timer, our counter, and evaluator, to give in their reports. Our first team member, Toastmaster Anirudh, as the timer, may I request your report, please? Toastmaster Anirudh.
Yes, I'll share my screen.
Yes.
Is my screen visible?
Yes. No. Yeah, yes.
And now
I'm here to share the timing report. The prepared speakers session, Toastmaster Abhilash took 18 minutes and 55 seconds. Toastmaster Geeta took 14 minutes and 58 seconds. The table topic session, Toastmaster Nanda took 1 minute 23 seconds. Toastmaster Srikanth took 1 minute 55 seconds. Toastmaster Pooja took 1 minute 17 seconds. Guest Syed took 1 minute 10 seconds. And guest Vinod took 53 seconds. Toastmaster Shivkumar took 1 minute 36 seconds. And Toastmaster Abhilash took 2 minutes 8 seconds. In the evaluation part, Toastmaster Rekha took 3 minutes 49 seconds. And Toastmaster Nanda took 3 minutes 15 seconds. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anirudh. May I now call upon our counter, Toastmaster Kalvat, to give his report.
Thank you for the opportunity for my observation and listening skill. Today, I have just seen as a Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Abhirami has taken a 3+R and 2 so. Toastmaster Vignesh as a secretary, when he was trying to give the last week MOM, he used 2 R's. Toastmaster Abhilash, when he given the education session, he has used as a 3+ time and 3 but. Toastmaster Shivakumar used 2 R during the education session. Toastmaster Geeta as a speaker number 1, she used 3+R, 3 but, 2 so. And we have Toastmaster, table topic master, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayan used 3+Rs. Guest Syed used 3+Rs. During the education evaluation, Toastmaster Nanda used 3+R. Evaluator Toastmaster Rekha, you used 2+R. So and together once. So other than that, Toastmaster DTM Nina ma'am, Toastmaster Srikanth, Toastmaster Nanda during the table topic session, Toastmaster Abhilash during the table session, they have never used any R's. They are flawless. Thank you, DTM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalvat. May I now call upon Madam Toastmaster Karthika for her grammarian's report. Madam Toastmaster Karthika.
Hello, this is the grammarian's report for today. Toastmaster Abhirami has used the word win-win situation. I have to specify that DTM Nina John ma'am has used the word of the day propel today once. As far coming to the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Abhilash used the idiomatic expression vocal variety. He also used the word tenor, which means general meaning, character, or pattern. Toastmaster Geeta used quite a few words like competent communicator, as fast as Shadapti expressed, looking through the eyes of gratitude, left no stone unturned. She also used a quote, the secret to get ahead is to get started. Coming to the table topic sessions, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana sir used a beginning, body, and end, and also used the word jersey. Toastmaster Shrikant used the quote, chill down my spine and hurtling. Guest Vinod used the quote, we sacrifice our best today for a better tomorrow. Toastmaster Shivakumar used the term from the bottom of my heart. Toastmaster Rekha during evaluation used high note and kudos. Toastmaster Nanda used the idiom sugar-coated pill, which means to make something bad, unpleasant, easier to cope with. There were a few inappropriate usages, like stuff like these. It was used as a filler. Little more confidence. It could have been used as gain confidence. Intentionally addicting users. It could have been used as addictive, given the game. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Karthika, for that report. For my report, I would like to go from the beginning. I think our Sergeant at Arms did a great job about introducing our president. Please remember that Sergeant at Arms has a great role because you have a speaking role every week, and you have this great challenge of introducing the president in a different way every week. That's the challenge you have, and I hope you do that and live up to that one. And I'm glad you shared the naming convention in the chat box, because that is also useful for all those who came. So that was good. One suggestion I have over here is that since we are on virtual mode and we are turning our cameras on, but our audio is on mute, can we have reactions from the audience in terms of claps and other things? It gives the speaker a lot of energy when we do that. So please go ahead and do that each time we can. It was nice to have a secretary report read out for the CTM thing. I liked the presidential opening address and what he was speaking about prioritization, as well as the way you tied it up with your earlier two meetings. All the tag team did a great role. What I would like to mention over here is that many people come into Toastmasters for the first time and they're like, why is there a timer, and why do we have an hour counter, and why do we have a grammarian? The role of the timer is to give you an idea of how much time you are taking for each particular session. So what happens is, after a period of time, you will find that those lights are embedded in your mind. And even when you're speaking outside, whether it's at a meeting at your office or addressing an audience, those lights will tell you exactly how much time you are taking. So that is one. Secondly, it's a courtesy to every other speaker to stay within your allotted time and not go over that. So every person gets a chance to speak. So that is the timer's role. The hour counter's role is not to find fault with your speech, but to help you improve your fluidity, fluency, and facility with speech. That's the way we improve, and that's what hour counters are for. The grammarian helps us learn new words and also to do in terms of what can be done in better usage of words and other things. Both our evaluators had done a great job. Our speaker was fairly well prepared, and Abhilash, I think it was a last minute effort. I think for that, he did a very good job in the Leadership Excellence Series. And I would like to commend the XCOM for starting this Leadership Excellence Series. Please continue with that, so that every time we have a little nugget of wisdom as our education as far as the thing is concerned. So that is one thing that I would like to mention. And in terms of all the other things, I think we've done a great job. Table topics, the idea was great, but this is where a little preparation comes in handy. So you need to know exactly what you're doing. You need to, literally decide your speakers beforehand and just go for it and not wait for volunteers, because people will not volunteer. So let's not waste time on picking volunteers, waiting for volunteers, things like that. Do it army style. All right. Muthu, you're volunteering, Vishnu, you're volunteering, full stop. That's it. So that's the table topics master's job. He can just get on with that and do that. So overall, I think that NVIDIA had a good meeting. I'm very happy with the quality of the speaking, the evaluation, and the table topics. People did a great job in terms of response. Let me hand it now back over to our Madam President, Madam Toastmaster Abhirami. Back to you, ma'am.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Lina John. It was really a very effective evaluation. I'm sure this will help us to get better as always. Now, getting to the closing pieces. Now, without looking at the Heisenberg principle, I think prioritization will not be complete. For those of us who want to have a snippet on how we would manage to prioritize our tasks once our task list is ready, I would want to share this particular Heisenberg matrix to you. So here you would see that each of the tasks that you have in hand can be categorized based on the urgency. So in the x-axis, it talks about the urgency, whether it's urgent or not urgent. So whenever a task is associated with a deadline, when the task is definitely far away from the deadline, it will sit in the not urgent category. And on the day it is due or closer to the day, it becomes urgent. Now, when you look at the y-axis, we look at the importance of the activity. When you say importance, I would say, for example, when you have a task, and what is the impact of not doing the task? Will it mean that you don't give an exam that will not give you a qualification? Or is it a speech that you're skipping to the next month? Or it's a jog in the park that you're skipping? So depending on the activity, the importance will change, and the importance will be different to different person. Now, when we get into each of the quads, now when you look at quad 1, which is the first box, which talks about activities which are urgent and important, and the second is not urgent but important. Let's start with quad 2, which makes it easier for to transition into quad 1, because mostly whatever is in quad 2, when you do not make time for quad 2 activities, they land up in your quad 1. So now look at quad 2. Quad 2 talks about not urgent but important. Now, these are items which are aligned to your key goals. Like, for example, I might have a fitness goal that I want to be healthy. I might have to, for achieving that goal, I might have to do yoga for half an hour or cut down on my junk. Any such associated goals, I might have those. Now, I might have to perform them or do the yoga every day. But when I stop doing it or don't do it, and then I have a health issue, then it becomes urgent. Then forcefully, I'll have to do yoga. So most of the time, all the non-urgent activities will be linked to your goals, like your key goals in life, whatever you want to achieve. So most of the time should be spent in quad 2. Now, talking about the other quads, which is quad 1, which I said is going to definitely be something which is very urgent. When you try to finish all the tasks in quad 2 itself, it will not get into quad 1. More activities in quad 1 will increase your pressure because you're having too many deadlines to manage. Now, the other portions, which is quad 3 and quad 4, talk about the not important stuff. Now, as you see, it's not important, so it's something that will not worry you too much. But these are activities that we voluntarily do. Maybe when you look at quad 4, see, which is not urgent, not important. These may be some time pass activities that may not really be even required, which we do because we just want to pass time. Maybe excessive FB or excessive Insta, not just the minimal requirement for social interaction. Anything in the minimal side will get into the quad 2 because social interaction is very important. Now, quad 3, when you look at not important and urgent, these may be something like you might have to attend or receive a call from someone and you have to attend the call, and it may not be very important, but as a matter of courtesy, something will have to do it. So those kind of stuff. So we just looked at how they look, but the important part is how will we handle them. So here it is. So whenever you have something in your quad 2, you will need to schedule a time in your diary and work on it. So the most work is done in quad 2. And now quad 1, you don't have an option, you do it. So it's better to block time and do it in advance and plan so that you need not struggle in this particular quad 1. And the other quad, the last quad, which is not urgent, not important, you can eliminate. These are areas which you can cut down to make time for quad 2. And the other quad, which is on urgent and not important, wherever it's urgent, that is, it needs to be done. But because it's not important, you can afford to delegate it. You need not always be around for that. So this is a strategy that you can use to prioritize your task in hands. I hope this helps you all to simplify whatever you have to deliver. With this, I think we can close and move on for the current meeting. If you have any questions regarding prioritization, you can definitely ping me on this piece. So now let me close the meeting for today. It's a great meeting, and let me take up as a presiding officer. Yeah, it has been a great meeting. And now let me request the Zoom master to launch the polls in the background while we take up the guest feedback. And now can we hear a few words from the guests? Can I request guest Vinod on stage?
Yeah.
Yes, Vinod, just wanted to hear your feedback on today's meeting. How did you feel about being part of the meeting today?
It is actually a fantabulous meeting. In fact, I should thank Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayanan for giving me this opportunity. Maybe at the last moment, I just pinged him up and he has given me this opportunity. And in fact, thank you so much, Lakshmi. And this is the wonderful session, wonderful things which is happening around. And I wish to join as a Toastmaster in this club. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Vinod, we'd love to have you.
And a point to be added is anything which is which has to be rated. Anything which cannot be measured cannot be done like that. You have a precise timer as well as grammar checks, etc. So I feel even if there is a fillers, they are able to find it out. So I think there is a lot more scope, and in fact you can fill the gaps. So I'm very pleased to see all these things in place. And thank you, Abhirami. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you for the feedback. We'll keep those in mind. Next, can I request guest Syed to say a few words?
Hi, Toastmaster Abhirami. It was a wonderful session. In fact, energy packed. I could see a lot of the students, the speakers with so much of confidence and clarity. That is what I see. That's the way people progress, I believe. And I'm glad that I attended the session. In fact, I inquired Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayanan maybe 2 months back, and I was part of the WhatsApp group, and I've been thinking of joining, but I never got a chance. Probably because of this lockdown, I happened to get into this. Anyway, looking forward to be part of this amazing forum, Abhirami. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Syed. That's very helpful. You're welcome. Next, can we request guest Rajkumar on stage?
Thanks, Abhirami. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you so much for inviting me for this session. I think it is 2 days back, one of my manager asked me, given this name. Before that, I was never heard about this name. It is a wonderful session. I think it's a useful weekend for me, especially you would say. Otherwise, it will be a waste of a weekend. It is useful for me as well to develop myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajkumar. Good that you found it useful. Can I request guest Nishant to share his feedback?
Hello, thank you very much for you inviting me. This is good opportunity to enhance my knowledge and experience, as well as to develop all the skills from your Toastmaster Club. It is very good opportunity to continue this team. I hope I will be able to continue with you in future. Thank you.
Thank you, Nishant. Thank you so much. Next, can we hear from guest Monica?
Thanks, Toastmaster Abhirami. Attending this meeting was a great experience because I understood many things about the prioritization and the 4 quadrants of prioritization, and like many useful points about giving feedback and receiving feedback, leadership skills. And I saw the wonderful table topic session where each one had their own creativity put upon the spontaneously. So It was very inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Great. We've all heard from the guests. You can all get in touch with me. Probably I'll get in touch with you regarding the membership details shortly. Now I think it's time for the results, announcing the results. Okay, so we have the last poll in place. So before that, a bunch of recognitions. Probably one, our Toastmaster Geeta has completed her pathway, and she's also given her speech on reflecting her path. Congratulations, Toastmaster Geeta. This is indeed a great achievement. You have very nicely planned and delivered and achieved your pathway. All the best to your next path and on your DTM journey. Good luck to you. Now, next, I think we can get into the, okay, the poll is still open. Right. So one news from the desk that I would share is the newsletter is available. This is the TMI International newsletter. If you check your emails, you would have received the January newsletter, and that has multiple data relating to speechcraft and how a TT session can be done better. There are multiple tips. So each of you can take a look at what will be relevant or what you're looking for and have some insights from there. I can forward the link in the group post the session. Yeah. Now on to the results. Yeah. So the results are ready. So the best tag role player for today is our grammarian, Toastmaster Karthika. Congratulations, Toastmaster Karthika.
Thank you, Amir.
I think we can unmute and clap.
Yeah. The best table topic speaker for our today is a man who started the inception journey and for the first time woke up from his dream when his mother poured a bucket of water on his face. It's our Toastmaster Nanda. Congratulations, Toastmaster Nanda. And the best evaluator for today is another superwoman. So a superwoman gave a speech and another superwoman evaluated it. It's our Toastmaster Rekha. Congratulations, ma'am. I always personally look up to both of them as superwomen because post-marriage, when I started cooking and I started managing office and getting to Toastmaster Club, I was like, how are people managing all this at the same time? And that's why I called them superwomen. And lastly, the best role player. Thank you so much. I'm the best role player for today as the Toastmaster of the day. Thanks a lot. It was amazing to take up this role after quite a long time. Thank you. So on this note, let me formally adjourn meeting number 810. Let's all stay around for an informal discussion. Can you please stop the recording?
Oh, I think we'll all switch on our camera.